Turtle. I like turtle. I like turtle. I like turtle. I like turtle. Turtle. I like turtle. I like turtle. I like turtle. I like turtle. Turtle. Dom beat. 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 Turtle. I like turtle. I like turtle. I like turtle. Turtle. I like 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 turtle. Turtle.
All right, what's up, Turtle folk out there? How we doing tonight? All right, let's pause that. Okay, what's up, guys? What's up, Turtle Riders? Let me just, sorry about the delay there. 1 second. Oakley dokley. Cool. So I just went to get ahead and shared the link to this stream on the Clarence Woods Emerson page and the TurtleBoy Sports Forever page. If you guys would do me a favor, if you're on Facebook, go ahead and give that a share for me. I've also shared it on the @RealUncleTB Twitter account, which miraculously is still up. How many followers are up to now? I'm up to 4,166 followers, so that's good. Dana Loesch from the NRA followed me the other day, so I'm excited about that one. So we got some big names on there. Really starting to crank it up in the Twitter world. So give me a follow if you're on there. Follow us on Facebook, all that stuff. Share it. Oh, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And most importantly, smash that like button for me. Smash it up real good. How many likes we got so far? What are we up to? We always like to break 100 on each of these. How many people, how many riders in here right now? Let's see. We are at 87. We can do better than that. So smash that like button. And we got 37 likes. Okay. All right. So welcome, guys. Once again, we're demonetized by Facebook. I mean, not by Facebook, demonetized by YouTube because of Bristol Blarney. And we had a video last week. I didn't even notice this. That had 250,000 views. Can you believe that? 250,000 views. Which one was it? Let's see. And that one kind of sucked because I would have got paid on that one. That would have been nice to get 250,000 views in the AdSense that came along with it. Which one of these? Which one do you think it was? Let's see. It was probably some crazy. It wasn't one of the shows, obviously. Those don't get 150,000. There it is, 227,000. The Lowell cop taking the knee. This one. This got shared on like law enforcement sites everywhere. So that Lowell cop is famous. The guy that refused to take a knee. So if you feel like keeping the train going, keeping Turtleboy going, I'm going to go ahead and put a link right now in the live stream. There you go. I'm also going to go ahead and I'm going to put the invite if you'd like to call in. We're going to take calls right there. So there you go. All right. So that's how we do it, folks. Let me make this screen a little bigger. That's better. Okay. So yeah, that's how it works. Like I said, this is kind of like as we saw with Phantom Gourmet and the world that we're living in right now, you cannot count on corporate sponsors. You can't do it. It's just not. It's not a sustainable model in the era of cancel culture. So you can continue to complain about it, or you can just become self-sufficient. And that's what we've done at Turtleboy is it's all funded by you people now because they can't cancel you. They can cancel like advertisers, but they can't cancel you. Now, can they? So if you feel like donating to the fundraiser, put it right in there. I'll periodically refresh out there in the show. If you donate and you write something funny, no matter how inappropriate it is, I will read it on the air, live, say whatever the fuck you want. And that's it. All right. So without further ado, let's get started, shall we? First thing I want to talk about is obviously in the news nationwide still. We're still watching all this shit with fuck the police. That's basically the the protests are still going on. Well, like it's been over 3 weeks since one guy got killed in Minnesota, right? And consequently, the whole world has to stop and everything has to change now because one black guy got killed by a cop. Now, we briefly mentioned this on the live show the other day, but we need to talk about this, obviously, the shooting that happened in South Carolina. Or not South Carolina, Georgia, rather, in Atlanta. And we're going to watch this video. Let's watch it, shall we? I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen this already, but if you have not, this is the second one. Let me find the good one. Where's the good one? There's two videos that came out of this. So these cops were responding to a DUI stop, right? The guy was passed out drunk in his freaking, in the freaking drive-thru. Imagine that. In the freaking drive-thru, the guy is passed out drunk and all these people behind him are like honking the horn, like, dude, what the hell are you doing? But he was sleeping, so he wasn't going to do shit. So let me go ahead and put this on the screen here. Let's watch this video, see what happens. But here they are. Perfectly normal. Okay, so they got him right here. They've already tried to... They have a whole video out of like the actual DUI taking place. The cop is really friendly to him the whole time. He's polite about it. He doesn't bust his... the guy's actually cordial too. He's clearly drunk. He says he's had 1.5 drinks. He doesn't know what those 1.5 drinks are. He fails a breathalyzer test. They go to freaking put him in handcuffs. And the second they put his hands behind his back, this dude tries to run. He tries to get the fuck out of there. And it doesn't go too well at first for him. But apparently this guy's fucking Superman because he takes on 2 cops. And at this point, the cops are trying to tase him. And he's got the cop's taser in his hand right there. Let me make this a little bit bigger. There we go. So as you can see right there, he's got his taser in his hand. He's trying to take the taser from the cop. So tasers can be a deadly weapon. Not only can they kill you technically, I mean, it has happened before, but like literally a week ago in Atlanta, there were 2 black people in a car that were out after curfew, and 4 Atlanta police officers were fired because they used tasers to get them out of the car. And the reasoning was that tasers are a deadly weapon. More importantly, if you tase a cop, even if it doesn't kill them, which most likely will not, it can incapacitate you. Then they can take your gun and kill you. This literally happened in Weymouth 2 years ago with Michael Chestnut. A guy with a rock, which is not technically a lethal weapon, throws the rock at his head, knocks him out. The guy takes his gun, boom, kills him right there on the spot. Had no chance. And then one killed 77-year-old Vera Adams as well. So let's check out what happens here. There he goes. Throws. Now he's got one. He's on top of one. The other one just got tossed. Now watch this. Look at, see, he's punching the cop in the head right there. He punched him in the head. Boom. He's got the taser, and he just got tased. So I don't know. I don't know how many shots they get with the taser, and people are in the comments saying it was ruled a homicide. Yeah, they're all ruled homicides. Anytime somebody's shot like that, it's automatically a homicide. That doesn't mean it's a murder. There's a difference between homicide and murder. So he's tasing him right here, and I don't know. I'm not a taser guy. I don't know how many rounds you get in a taser, but it's important because this is the cop that's going to shoot him in a moment. So let's see. Boom. He shoots him again with the taser. He's unfazed by it, runs away, and we don't see what happens. So then we go to the second video that comes out. Let's check out the second video. Okay, so there he is right there, chasing him through the parking lot, making a break for it. He's holding the taser in his right hand right there. You guys see that? See that flash of the electricity? I mean, how many feet away from the cop is he right there? 5, 6 feet? 6.5 maybe? Fires the taser right at his head. I know it's and he's still holding it right there. So he's quote unquote running away. This is what they're all saying. Oh, he's running away. Yes, he's running. Like, I could be running away from you, but if I'm shooting an object at you that is literally putting electricity into your veins from a short distance away, then what the fuck does it matter what direction I'm running in? It's still fucking dangerous. You still have a right to protect yourself. So there he is right there. Now the cop's got a gun in his hand. Now he shoots him. Okay, it's literally like split second. Split second. So for all the people, oh, he's running away. Well, he wasn't tasing him while he shot. He just wanted to get a quick tase in, right? Just wanted to get a quick tase in. No. The cop was fired within a few hours because the mayor of Atlanta, and this is a big weakness of democracy, when you are elected by a mob, right? Democracy is essentially mob rule. You give in to the mob, whether or not it's right or wrong. So the mayor of Atlanta fires him, or says he should be fired, and the police chief resigns. He ends up getting fired real quick. Now, he hasn't been charged with anything yet, but you know they're trying to. You know they're just looking for a reason to charge this dude. Looking for a reason to charge this dude. Why? Why? Why does anybody give a fuck about this guy? I'm sorry. I'm just going to come out and say, I don't give a fuck about this guy, right? His life stopped mattering the second that he started punching cops, stealing their tasers, and shooting it at them. Okay? That's it. Your life matters when you're born. Your life matters when you obey the law. When you start assaulting police officers and dancing with the devil like that, I don't give a fuck if you die. I just don't. I do not give a flying fuck if you die. I don't. Good. You're a fucking menace. If you do something like this, if this is normal to you, if you got arrested for a DUI and your instinct is to do anything except put your hands behind your back and go to jail and figure it out afterwards, I don't give a fuck if you die or not. Why does, and that's my whole thing with this. Everybody's like rushing to defend him. It's like, why is everybody rushing to defend the criminal instead of the law-abiding police officer who made a snap judgment, right? Yeah, technically he did not have to shoot, right? But I would like to watch, look at the time on a second. This is a 5-second mark, okay? So this is 2-second mark, 3-second mark, and he still hasn't shot the taser yet. There's the 3.5-second mark. He has got the taser pointed at him. 4-second mark. He still got the taser pointed at him at the 4-second mark. Then at the 5-second mark, boom, he's been shot. He goes down. Okay. Literally a second. A second. How are you like? I'd put anybody in that position, right? No, even if this is technically against the training, I don't give a shit. It's literally a split-second decision that this guy made. That's it. Who gives a fuck if he's dead? Who cares? He's fucking useless. I'll come out and say it. This guy's fucking useless. I would say that about a white person too. Any fucking human being who thinks it's normal to fight police officers, resist arrest, steal their goddamn tasers, and then use it against them. I do not give a flying fuck if you die. I'm sorry if you had your fucking kid's birthday party tomorrow. Too fucking bad. You're a fucking idiot. You deserve to fucking die. I will say that about any friends, family, whatever. If you dance with the devil and you fucking, that's like saying, well, I was driving 150 miles an hour on the highway. Yeah, and I fucking died. Right? Why? That's not fair. But you were fucking doing something stupid. You were being reckless. You're being freaking right. You're dancing with the devil. What are you doing? Obviously, his life didn't matter that much to him. Clearly. And can we talk about the fact that, like, where's Matt? Like, where's Mothers Against Drunk Driving with this shit? And this is the new thing that they're all saying out there. We've seen this. All the blue check marks are saying it. I think I put this in the blog, right? Like, some of these people trying to justify this. It's freaking insane. Like, let me pull some of these up. Dear law enforcement, if someone falls asleep as he's at the drive-thru, this is the headlines. Cops shoot sleeping man. They're honestly putting that out. Huffington Post put that out the other day. If someone falls asleep at the drive-thru and runs from you, let them go. Just fucking, like, that's an option for these people. This is an option. Just let them go. What? No, don't let them go. You don't know what he's going to go and do after that. He's obviously a criminal. He's running for a reason. He doesn't want to get caught. He's not going to go and do good things. He's not going to make smart judgment decisions. He's a danger. No. The guy drank and drove. Over 10,000 people a year die. They're killed by drunk drivers. Yeah, just fucking whatever. There are honestly people out there saying, like grown adults, lots of them saying, well, why didn't they just take his keys and give him a ride home? That's what they should do, right? Just give him a ride home. Because drinking and driving is against the law, dumbass. It's not an option to drink and drive. Jesus Christ, these people are freaking morons and drive me insane. This is honestly what people are saying, lots of them. Then we have Ava Duvernay. She says, to those judging Rayshard Brooks because he fought and ran. Yes. And stop right there. Yes, I am judging him because he fought and ran, period. Maybe he decided to fight and run because he knew that complying wouldn't be necessarily guarantee his safety. Maybe he thought he was fighting for his life. Maybe. So now this is the new thing. If you are black, you don't have to comply with the cops because they might kill you for no reason. They might pull a George Floyd on you. They might. So this is legitimately an argument that grown-ups are using. Why? It just shows that these people never really cared about black lives. They just want anarchy. They want people to just be like, able to do whatever they want, as long as they're black. As long as they're black, they should be able to do whatever they want. Another guy says, you want to know what defunding the police looks like? And they mean this. It means Wendy's could have called a tow truck instead of 911. Yeah, because, you know, drinking and driving isn't against the law. It's not a big deal to these people. This is madness. We have lost control, complete control of our society, right? And cops are afraid to police. It's not that they're afraid to police. They're told to stand down. Now, there are why are statues coming down all across the country? Why is this being allowed? These statues cost, in some cases, hundreds of thousands or millions of dollars. And we're just allowed to take them down. In Albuquerque yesterday, a protester, right, took down a bunch of people were taking down some statue of some conquistador. Their reasoning doesn't really fucking matter because it's a felony to take down a freaking statue. Your reasoning for wanting to do that is, quite frankly, irrelevant. So these idiots are taking down the statue, and cops aren't doing anything about it. So an armed vigilante showed up, and he tried to stop him. And they went after him. They fought him. And let's see if we can pull that video up. I mean, you got to see this. New Mexico shooting. Let's see if we got the video. Yeah, check this out. So there's the guy in the blue. The guy in the blue is the one with the gun. He shows up to stop, because since no one else is going to stop this lawlessness, like, why is this being allowed? Why are they allowed to just take down statues? Why? They don't have to do this. They're allowing it. First of all, it's dangerous. I'd like to point that out. If I wanted to go down and cut some trees in my backyard, I would need a fucking permit, right? Like, if you want to open a tree cutting company, you need licensing, right? Insurance, all this stuff. But yet you can just take down a statue that doesn't belong to you. You can do that without anything. Okay, makes sense. There's the guy in the blue. They hit him with the skateboard. He's got a gun, and he's running. He's doing what you're supposed to do, right? He's not standing his ground. He's fleeing. But they don't stop pursuing him, even though he's armed, and they know he's armed. And they don't leave him alone. See, he's walking the other way. Get his license plate for what? He's the only one there who's obeying the law. Now watch this. Okay, so now an Antifa guy has tackled him. And he falls down. Another one pulls him down and throws him to the ground. He's got a gun. They all know he has a gun. He's not hiding it. Throws him to the ground. They're hitting him. And then look at, so one guy's got the skateboard. They've already been hit with the skateboard. Another Antifa shithead, and he shoots him. I hope it hurt. I hope he dies. I really hope he fucking dies. I mean, call me callous. I don't give a fuck if Antifa dies. If you fight armed people, if you takes down statues, right? If you do things that you're not supposed to do, I don't care if you die. I fucking don't. There are so many causes out there that I can spend my day caring about, right? There are children dying of cancer all over the country. I care about that. Of all the time I can spend investing in people to care about, I care about you the least. I don't care if you die. I don't care if your family's sad about it. The world's a better place without you. You obviously contribute nothing. You take down statues. You're part of Antifa. You fight people. You hit them with skateboards. Good. I hope it hurt. I fucking hope it hurt. Well, guess who got arrested in this? The guy who shot him. He got arrested. So that the cops will arrest you for doing that. The Albuquerque police have just handed over the fucking city to savages. So that's my thoughts on that. Anyway, that brings us to my next point here that we got to talk about. Before we get to that, let me just refresh, see if we got any donos here. I don't want to miss anyone. Okay. Got one here from, let's see. Rich Bridges says, money to send Unk to Chaz for a fun-filled family vacation. I would love to go to Chaz. Chaz is my favorite place. First of all, it's chopped now. Let's be clear about that. The autonomous zone in Seattle. Looks like a great time. I'm not going to lie. The first thing I would do in Chaz is I'd bring a gun and I'd rob someone. I'd be the first thing I'd do because there's no police. You can't, what are you going to do about it? And then if the warlord tried to fuck with me, I'd just shoot him. Because you can do whatever you want. Don't you understand? There's no cops. There's no courts. There's no laws. It's just fun. They got a guard in there. It says only Black and Indigenous people are allowed in there to eat. I'm taking everything. I'm eating all the carrots, all the cucumbers. They're all for me. Your tent is my tent now because I got the gun. That's the first thing I would do in there. Just go in there with a gun. I'd take everything. It'd be fucking awesome. And I'm really interested to watch the way it's a great social experiment, actually, just letting these people have their own thing because they've already done everything that they hate, right? They have guns and they have they have borders, right? But the problem with their borders is they're letting too many people in, which is fucking hilarious because it's literally an argument conservatives have made all along. They're just letting outside, people who are trying to disrupt Chaz are getting in there. And they're deporting them. I've watched several people get deported from Chaz. So one street away, they go from 12th Avenue to 11th Avenue. So they get thrown over there, and it's too bad because Seattle's a really nice city. I've been there; it's lovely. And these people have turned it into a social experiment. It's fascinating to watch it all play out. I'm obsessed with Chaz. I wake up every morning and I just watch Chaz videos. It's the first thing I do. So anyway. Let's talk about the next topic, shall we? That would be the new bill that's proposed to be passed in Massachusetts. So this is part of the defund the police thing. Let me find that one. Is it this one right here? Let's see. Hello. Okay. So this is, can you guys see that or need to zoom in more? Okay. Actually, let me zoom in. I know that the typing's a little small, so I will have to zoom in. Okay. Is that better? Can you guys see that now? So first of all, let's take a look at the top of this bill to see who wrote it. That's the first thing you need to do is see who wrote this new criminal justice bill, whose names are on it. These are all the people who are sponsoring it. There are, for those of you unfamiliar with how your government works, you have 40 state senators in the state and 160 state representatives. So there's 200 elected officials. You should know who your state reps and state senators are as part of being a good civic person. And you should know some of the worst. I think the state house is 75, 80% Democrat. And there are some who are more radical and crazy than others. All right. One of the worst is Liz Miranda. She is from Boston. I don't even know, Dorchester, probably. She has blocked me on Twitter after I wrote a blog about her. She is the most ratchet person to ever serve in elected office. And this is her bill. She's named at the top of it. Third on the list is Mike Connolly, who's from Cambridge. He's that doofus. He's like, looks like the guy from Flight of the Conchords. He is, a guy who is big into, like, you know, letting prisoners have more rights. He was the one who was he wanted to extend the lockdown into June and then went to the protests. He's that freaking moron. Other familiar names on here. There's some doozies. Sonia Chang Diaz. She has a hyphenated name. That's pretty much all you need to know about her. She's one of the biggest SJWs. She's in the state Senate. Who else we got on here? Let's go on to the next page. Page 2 of people who signed this, we have any other good names on here that I recognize? I don't know. Oh, Natalie Higgins. She's from Leominster. She might represent some of you people. Mary Keefe, Worcester. Harriet Chandler. I've written about Harriet Chandler. Harriet Chandler is about 1,002 years old. She is not disabled somehow, but she constantly parks in disabled parking lots. I've done like 3 blogs on her. She does not have a placard. She does it all the time. So she has co-written this bill. We have, let's see, Rebecca Rausch. I've written about her recently. Major SJW douchebag. Anyone else good on here? Oh, Dylan Fernandez. I don't know if you guys remember Dylan Fernandez. I wrote a blog about him a couple of years ago. Dylan represents, I think, Falmouth. And Dylan, I found some old racist tweets of his. I hate to be the cancel culture guy, but if that's the game we're going to play, Dylan had a lot of really racist things to say when he was about 22, 23 years old. But now that he's 27 or 28 now, he's mature. And now that Liz Warren has endorsed him, this lucky sperm down there, so he is in on this. So I'm surprised Michelle Dubois is not on here. I'm actually shocked to see that she's not on here. But, I mean, how many people are on this that have co-sponsored this? Like, 40 or 50? So they're halfway, like they're getting close to being there. All they need is, 120 in the House. And no, they would need less than, they would need 80 in the House and 20 in the state Senate. But then the governor would have to sign it. And one good thing about Charlie Baker is he's a fucking douchebag. I don't like Charlie Baker, but I have a hard time imagining that he would sign this bill because it is fucking madness. Let's check out some of the favorite parts here. Okay. So here's some good stuff here. This is page 11 of this. No law enforcement officer shall use physical force upon another person unless they have employed de-escalation tactics and techniques, and based on the totality of circumstances, such force is proportionate and necessary to effect an arrest of a person whom the law enforcement has probable cause to commit a crime, blah, 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 etc. So de-escalation. What the fuck do you think de-escalation means? It means whatever the hell cops already de-escalate things when they get there. They don't just get there and say, bang, bang, bang. It's not how it works, right? Goes on to say, no law enforcement officer shall use deadly physical force upon another person unless they've employed these techniques. Okay, so that's a little redundant. Next thing says, no law enforcement officer shall take action and this is an interesting one, other than use of force, which actually or approximately causes the death of a person within 24 hours of the victim's interaction with a law enforcement officer, unless they've employed de-escalation tactics and techniques, blah, 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 blah. So basically, what that says right there, right? What that says right there is that no officer can use force on a suspect if they've had an interaction with the police in the last 24 hours. You got that? So if you're the kind of guy that gets in more than one negative interaction with the police in the last 24 hours, then you are actually safer, according to this new law, than somebody who does not. You got that? I mean, this is the insanity of this. Absolute madness. These people love criminals. They love them. Goes on to say, no law enforcement officer shall discharge any firearm into or at a fleeing motor vehicle unless, after employing de-escalation techniques and tactics, such discharge is necessary to prevent imminent harm to an identifiable person, and the discharge is proportional to the threat. So you can't really shoot in cars, but they get a little more. Get this part. No law enforcement officer shall intentionally position their body or vehicle in front of a fleeing motor vehicle unless such action is a tactic approved by the law enforcement agency that employs the officer. A law enforcement officer moving into or remaining in the path of a moving vehicle, whether deliberate or inadvertent, shall not be justification of discharging a firearm at the vehicle or any of its occupants. So if a car's trying to get away, right, from a park position or whatever, and a cop stands in front of it to stop it from moving, right? Or if it's just coming down the street and the cop's standing there, they can't do that anymore. You can't stand there and fire into the car. Even though a car is a deadly weapon, you just have to let them go. The cops just have. So somebody robs a bank. There are murderers out there, right? Just out there killing people. Is on a killing spree, killing and raping, having a good time. Cops know that this guy gets away, he's going to kill and rape some more. But a cop cannot stand in the path of a car now and shoot into the car if this law passes. Insane that they would even consider this. Goes on to say, it gets better. And this is a real fucking law that like 50 legislators have already signed up on. No law enforcement officer shall use a chokehold, discharge tear gas or other chemical weapon, discharge rubber bullets, or use an attack dog. So Leah's whole unit would be gone by now. They can no longer have dogs in the police departments. Can't do that unless it's for finding drugs, right? You can't have rubber bullets, rubber pellets, which they're not real. They're rubber, okay? And you can't use tear gas. So if you have an unruly crowd that needs to be dispersed, how the fuck are you going to do that? I mean, I can't tell you. Cops all the time use dogs, right, to track down criminals, right? The dog's sick on you. They're more people. Criminals are more scared of the dogs than they are the cops. I mean, unbelievable. With no tear gas. Why? Why can't we use tear gas? These people don't move unless you tear gas them. You're going to ask them nicely? Can you guys please disperse? Insane. Notwithstanding, an otherwise reasonable use of force shall be unlawful if it's motivated in part by anger, malice, retaliation, or any other intent. How do you prove that? That like the cop hit me because he was angry. What? The AG's office, blah, blah, blah. Talks about some of that shit. So I guess the AG's office is now going to be the one that investigates this all. So, Maura Healey's not your friend. Previous to this, internal affairs would often do this. So the police themselves, and believe it or not, they do a good job. Like no cop, internal affairs is like the least popular department of any police agency. They're the police of the police within the police. They're not your friends. You don't take them out to dinner. Officer involved injuries. Let's see. Oh, there's more. This gets better. Wait till you see this part. Let me see. Any officer present in observing another officer using physical force, including deadly physical force, beyond that which is necessary, based on the totality of the circumstances, shall intercede to prevent the use of unreasonable force. So basically, that's from the Minnesota one when that Asian guy stood there and watched this guy kill George Floyd. I mean, I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, you should, right? If you see a cop using unreasonable force, but then again, it seems to open a lot of gray areas. Like, who's to decide what reasonable is? Like, how do you? The guy is doing like if you are a partner and your cop and your partner is out there arresting somebody, pinning him down, whatever, right? And you're worried, like, well, if this guy dies, if my partner accidentally kills this guy, then I've now committed a crime. We're literally finding new ways to criminalize law enforcement officers. That's how they reacted to this. Goes on to say, any officer who observes another officer using physical force, blah, blah. Actually, that's the same thing. Page 14 out of 16 here. All persons, this is the best part. Oh my God, this part right here. You guys are going to love this part. All persons in the Commonwealth shall have a right to the intervention of officers in a circumstance described in this section. Any officer who had the duty to intervene and failed to do so shall be disciplined. Any officer who had a duty to intervene may be held liable. Right? So basically what they're saying here, all persons in the Commonwealth have a right to the intervention of officers. What that means, what they literally are trying to enact here, is they're saying civilians, if you don't like the way that the police are policing, even though you have no training whatsoever, if you determine that the police are not adhering to their training and they're doing something they're not supposed to do, you have a right to assault them now. You have a right to stop them. This is like an actual fucking law. They're empowering citizens to attack police officers. Have you seen the videos? I got news for you. In every fucking video where the cops are doing their job, the entire mob thinks that they're not doing their job right. You've literally just given the power to mobs to attack police officers in a lawful manner. And yeah, so let me read the rest of this real quick. Let me read the rest of this before I take any calls or anything like that. Let's see, because we're almost done. It's like page 14. Ban of the use of chokeholds, blah, blah, blah. I miss anything here? Oh, no knock warrants are banned. Now, I don't know how I feel about that, because this is like the Breonna Taylor thing in Louisville. That woman was killed during a no knock warrant. So, and you have to have 15 seconds. That's the rule. So, I mean, you knock on the door. What do you think the gangbangers and the drug dealers are going to do? What do you think they're going to do? Clean up? Like make sure your home is nice and tidy for you? No. They're going to get their guns ready, right? The element of surprise is kind of like the whole purpose of this. So that's banned. That's gone. And so they basically taken all this power away from police officers. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. So I understand. Let's see if we have people. Does Leah is that who former trooper is? Let's bring her on. Hello, Leah.
Hey, can you hear me?
What's up? How are you? Can you hear me?
All right, how are you?
Good, thank you. So what's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Nothing. It's the whole thing is just fucking crazy, Aidan. Like you, so the whole taser situation that you obviously were talking about earlier with the guy. We had always had on the state police a 6-foot rule. So basically, you have to look at the totality of circumstances, no matter what. If the person coming at you is using a possible deadly force of weapons, whether it be knife, taser, I mean, you can literally mess somebody up with a taser, whatever the case may be. If they're 6 feet away from you, we were good to go as far as being able to use of force back. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that whole situation, they were good to go all day. The fact that people are even coming at any cop in that circumstance to try to say, you should have just let him run away, that's bullshit. Because he literally had a fucking taser, and God only knows, like you said, and I totally agree with you, if he turned around and tased one of those guys, put him on the ground, and grabbed his service weapon, they weren't going to live. You know what I mean?
Have you ever been tased?
I have not. I had a taser, and unfortunately, it was for a situation because I had a fucking awful occurrence once on 495 near Gillette. It was on an off-ramp, and there was a car in the breakdown lane, so I pulled over, and it was 2 African-American males, and one was on his phone, the other one was like by the passenger side. The dude on his phone, when he saw me, immediately put his hands in his pockets and like held the phone up to his on his shoulder. And I was like, buddy, take your hands out of your pockets. He kept walking. I kept asking him, and I finally started screaming at him. And his friend was like, yo, dude, listen to what she's saying and just do it. And I thought about it, and the first thing I had to think about, unfortunately, was I'm going to be on fucking Fox 25 News tomorrow. If I take my gun out and I end up shooting this guy because he's coming at me now in a fast pace, and he doesn't have a weapon on him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, It was a scary situation, but unfortunately these days cops or that's what you think about before you even get into a situation like that. And that's why there's people dying, because they should have took their service weapon out and they should have fired, when realistically they were more concerned about, is this going to be okay?
Yeah.
And that's not okay to fucking think like that. You know what I mean? So he finally did. And, you know, thankfully he didn't have anything on him when I cuffed him. But the next day I put in for a taser because I'm like, Jesus Christ, if I'm ever in this situation again, it's just one of those
What do
things
you think is the most
you shouldn't have to
ridiculous?
think.
What do you think is the most ridiculous part of this new law, if it passes?
Everything. The fact that the fucking canine thing pisses me off more than anything. And a couple of states have had cities now, I guess, that are now generating the canine issue. And the thing is, if we're tracking somebody, usually 75% of the time, that person at the end of that track, if they don't give up and after we call and tell them, you know, we scream out loud that we're near, they deserve to get bit. You know, I'm sorry, but if somebody beats the shit out of a female that's at a domestic and takes off and runs into the woods, and you literally put somebody in the hospital for days on end, you deserve to get bit.
I completely agree.
Just, I don't know.
I completely
And
agree.
it's not a deadly weapon. It's technically not a deadly weapon. So the use of force on the triangular scale of the use of force, it's lower, you know. And like you said before, people are so much more afraid of dogs than they are guns. But you can literally put a gun in somebody's face and they're like, "What are you gonna do? Shoot me?" You take a Belgian Malinois that's ready to bite and they're like, "Whatever you want to do." It's different situations.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Anytime.
All right, thanks. Bye. Brett, how you doing?
Bye.
Bye. Brett, is you there? Brett just added. What happened to Brett? I added Brett. Add yourself back in, Brett. I saw Brett in there. He wanted to come in. I didn't want to have them both together because I'd have to freaking referee it again. Once was enough for that. That was actually a good entertainment. I agree. I think Western Mass Turtle Girl was the star of that show. All right. You guys have any questions or anything you want to talk about? I mean, so the law, I don't know how you guys feel about this law. Like, I would honestly, I'm going to do a blog on this tomorrow. Contact your state rep and be like, this is, because they will respond to you. Send their emails are all listed online and say, this is unacceptable. Like, I don't want this community. This does not make me safer. I pay taxes, right? Police are here to protect me. They're not here to, I'm in no danger of being killed by the police, not because of the color of my skin, but because I don't plan on breaking any laws. And if I do break a law, I plan on submitting and being arrested and, you know, doing it the right way, like the normal way, the civilized way, going, you know, instead of like, you know, stealing a cop's taser, fighting them, running them down with my car. That's my favorite part. Like literally running down cops in the car. What's up, Brett? How you doing? Brett, you there? Hello, Brett.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up, Brett? How you doing?
Yes, sir. Wait, I have to un-Suzanne and
you're on
turn off
Suzanne
the
mode.
YouTube one.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm good.
Okay, what's happening? What do you got?
So, how can you get mad at cops for doing their job? Like, now, I've been arrested a lot of times, right? Right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
my armed robbery, the things everyone likes to bring up.
Those
And
things.
you fucking assholes don't even know the half of it, son. I've been arrested for so many more things. The one thing I've never done is I've never been shot to death by a cop. Now, is that because I'm white? Or is it because when I was caught, I stopped?
I think option B sounds better. I think because when you were caught and stopped.
I remember when I was 17, me and Chris Plod got caught for breaking into the graveyard fucking auditorium thing there on Hope Ave. And a cop literally put a 357 under the stairway, clicked it, and said, "You might want to come out." You know what I did?
What?
I came the fuck out.
I believe
you get my point?
I get your point, man. I mean, I think it's pretty simple.
It's not fucking rocket science.
Yep.
If you do crimes and you don't want to be shot, comply with the officers.
Really not
If I had say, grab that guy's weapon, and then ran 20 feet away and aimed it back at him, what should I expect?
So do you think the cop in Atlanta should face consequences for doing that?
Absolutely not.
Okay. What do you think of the guy? Did you read the report about the guy and his background? Because the media, for some reason, is not reporting the fact that this guy, great father, he had his kid's birthday party the next day, right? Oh, but by the way, he also abused that child. He was charged with cruelty to a child when that girl was 1 year old.
That's the thing. It's not even just like he was charged with, say, hitting his kid or something.
Yeah.
You got convicted of cruelty to a child.
Yeah.
And you want me to feel bad because
Yeah.
the day before that kid's fucking birthday, you passed out in the drive-thru, complied until you thought you were going to go back to jail, which you
And that's the
were.
only reason he complied. People are like, oh, he's so polite. He was putting on a fucking show.
Yeah.
He was like, maybe if I fucking him, he knew how to sing the dance. He knew what the right things to say. He was just like, maybe if I, pretend to be a nice guy here and I'm a good family guy, they'll let me go. The second they were like, you're under arrest, everything changed.
As soon as they let him know that, listen, we know who you are, you're going to jail.
Mm-hmm.
He grabs tasers, he does all this other shit. And I'm sorry, man. And people can keep talking this defund the cops bullshit and train them more and all this. Well, the police on our streets right now are trained to where if a perpetrator aims a weapon at one of their blue brothers, they're supposed to end the threat. That's it. It's not rocket science, man.
It's really not, man. I mean, if it's a good time to be a criminal because you can just drive away from a scene. The cops can't shoot you while you're driving anymore. You can basically do.
Listen, you can get arrested for anything right now, and there's a good chance if you play a victim card.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gay, I'm black, I'm this, I'm that.
BLT
They're more than likely going to let you to fuck off.
Mm-hmm. I mean, the BLT 123s, BLT 123 of color, great time to be. You can get away. It seems like with anything, you can just blame. And by the way, if this guy in Atlanta was white, we wouldn't even be talking about it, would we?
Dude, this would be a non-subject.
Yeah.
It would be anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. Are you high right now?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm baked as a pie,
I can
son.
tell you're brisk, son. Yeah, yeah.
Oh no, yeah. I didn't mean to call in or anything.
Oh yeah, you're laid back. You're very laid back tonight.
I'm watching the show and I'm like, well, hey, man, let me see what this Admiral's talking about.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to take
a side note.
Yeah.
Leah, I got nothing against you. We're good.
All right. So that's what I like to hear. Woo! All right, man. Pot fixes everything.
All right, man.
All right. Talk to you later. Peace.
I'm
going to bring on Eddie Mato now. Eddie.
What's up, Uncle? How you doing, man?
What's happening, brother? What do you got?
Listen, I want to ask you something about this Antifa group. What are they? What do they stand for? Who are they? I'm confused on what they do.
Well, mostly they get dressed up in skinny jeans. They cover their faces. They're really mad that their stepdad, Jeff, drank the last of the Mountain Dew. So they go out with sticks and they hit people who have jobs and, enforce the law and stuff like that. And they just yell and they scream. And then, eventually 10 years from now, they move out of their mother's basement. They call themselves anti-fascists, but it's another clever name, like Black Lives Matter. The people who are involved in that movement, they don't actually care about Black lives. They hate cops. It's just a front. They've named themselves something that sounds good, like I'm anti-fascist, but their tactics are quite fascist because if you don't agree with them, they physically harm you. They will not let you do anything and they will hurt you.
Now, let me ask you this. They're an organization, supposedly. If an organization goes out committing crimes, isn't that organized crime?
That's a good point. I mean, President Trump has deemed them a terrorist group, but the problem with that is they have no central leadership, right? It's not like they're like the Klan where it's like, okay, you can look. I don't know much about the Ku Klux Klan, but I bet you if I researched it, I could find out who the president of the Ku Klux Klan is, or who the highest ranking members. Antifa doesn't have anything like that. It's literally just a bunch of fucking losers and virgins dispersed across the country in cities that just have nothing to do.
Okay. See, I'm thinking that there's a leader and everything else. Putting these kids up to this stuff.
No, they're anarchists. I mean, anarchy has no leadership. That's the weakness of anarchy. You know, I don't know if you guys have them in New Jersey, but
I had no idea what they were doing. I didn't understand their whole purpose. I really still don't, but whatever.
Yeah, their purpose is basically they're just mad at the world and they just want to fuck shit up. That's all.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. All right, man. Thanks for coming on.
Good talking to you again, man.
You too. Bye. All right. If anybody else wants to call in, they're more than welcome to. If not, we can do a little Ask Turtle Boy questions. By the way, I have there was this guy. Remember the blog I wrote yesterday? I was going to save this guy for another show. But I see Mission on the Bay. I wrote about Mission on the Bay today, the bar in Swampscott. Let me pull this up, actually. Let's read this together. So there was a bar in Swampscott where a guy got fired because he trashed a customer online, because the customer, he listened in on the customer's conversation, and the customer had negative things to say about Black Lives Matter, which you're not allowed to have anymore, because that means you don't think Black Lives Matter, because they've branded themselves really well. But of course, they don't actually mean any of that stuff. And so they fired him, and they've issued a response. And since then, they've issued another response. Or is this the initial response? Let's see. Oh, my fucking God. These fucking cowards. Okay, we got to read this. So the guy's name is I'm so fucking mad. Don House is the guy's name. He's a selectman in Swampscott. Okay? And he was talking about in there about he called these protests liberal bullshit or something like that. Black Lives Matter. It's fine. It's his opinion. Okay? So he says, as the owner of Mission on the Bay and a proud member of the Swampscott community, I've taken time to reflect on recent events that have transpired. It is important for me to share where I stand and clear up any misconstrued information. For decades, I have lived by the silent service that is an unspoken code within the industry. I've operated my restaurants as such, and in recent years have made this language part of our handbook. Now it's time for us to all learn that the old way things have been done doesn't mean it's how they could or should be. Are you fucking kidding me? So basically what he said before was that the code of servers is you don't listen in on customers' conversations and then shame them for it in public forums. That's pretty basic code of any business. But now he's saying, well, it doesn't mean it's how it could or should be. So it goes on to say, we could and should and can do better. We should ask for better. We should look for better within ourselves. Out of frustration caused by the post by my employee, Eric Heilman, I took action too quickly and let go of him rather than engage in conversation. I'm so embarrassed for this guy. And speak with him about his concerns. This was a mistake. You fucking kidding me? He trashed your customers. He trashed them. So he's saying, no, it's a mistake. So this is a good thing. Fuck you, customers. I don't even know what to say. Eric is correct in he's correct in standing up for what is right. Why is it right? Why is what Eric believes in, Black Lives Matter, right? And the other guy who thinks that Black Lives Matter is an anti-police group that wants to abolish police, that they're wrong. Are you fucking kidding me? And I'm proud of what he's accomplished with his message. What a fucking cuck this guy is. What an absolute fucking disgrace. His name's Wellington Augusto, which is the waspiest fucking name ever. Wellington. Your name's fucking Wellington. Jesus Christ. And I'm proud of what he's accomplished. He's created a dialogue within this town and is fighting to hold public officials accountable for their words and actions at all times. It is with that in mind, we no longer can welcome Don House into our establishment. This actually just fucking happened. Don House is the selectman whose conversation was overheard. And the restaurant is saying, you're not allowed in here anymore because of the political opinions you expressed while paying me money for food at my fucking establishment. Destroy his fucking restaurant, guys. I don't do this. This is a fucking war, okay? Cancel culture is a fucking war. These fucking people want to cancel it. Nah, his fucking restaurant deserves to get fucking Fake 1-star reviews fucking forever. Yelp, Google, destroy it. Fucking destroy it. Destroy his fucking business. Throw fucking eggs at it. Fuck him. Because he can't do anything. He can't call the cops. Fucking do whatever you want to his fucking business. Fuck this cocksucking pussy. What a fucking loser. Banning a selectman from your business because some fucking dickhead, former employee, tried to trash him and hurt your fucking business? Are you fucking kidding me? You fucking pussy. What a fucking pussy. Jesus Christ. This restaurant, again, is called Mission on the Bay. It's in Swampscott. Destroy it. Destroy his fucking business. Hurt him. He deserves it. He deserves to lose fucking everything. Fuck him. God. I mean, I cannot believe it. That he's siding with an insolent brat who did something that no business owner should ever allow their employee to do. And that is trash a customer after eavesdropping on his conversation, trashing him. He goes, I've spoken with Eric and I let him know the door to Mission on the Bays is open. Should he ever choose to return? What a fucking loser. I understand he's already accepted a position elsewhere. Wish him the best. Fuck him. Fuck this cocksucker. Fuck him. Oh my God. Like, look at all these people. They like it. I mean, this guy gets it. Steve Baker. The bartender is nothing but a social warrior coward that didn't choose to say anything to the patron. And that's the other thing. If you have a problem with them, he's an elected official. Email him. Oh my God. I mean, I'm so mad. I cannot believe this is happening right now. I mean, look at down here, Jim Belisle. This guy's a turtle rider. He's the one that gave me the Nikki Evans story. He probably doesn't want me to say this, but fuck him. I live pretty far away. As soon as this COVID shit is over, I will be dining at your establishment. Stop reading my blog, Jim. Stop reading it. I fucking hate you. I fucking hate you. Fucking pussy. Jesus Christ. What a fucking disgrace these people are. This fucking guy, I mean, to do this to a customer, a guy because he has a differing opinion, because he doesn't support an organization that wants to abolish police and eradicate capitalism. That's what they believe in. They can call themselves Black Lives Matter all they want. That is not what they fight for. They hate police. It's an organization where people hold signs that say, the only good cop's a dead cop. I hope this selectman destroys him. I cannot fucking believe this. Thank you. As Eric Heilman's mother and a member of society, you fucking disgrace. You failed as a mother. Black Lives Matter. Bitch, you chose to live in Swampscott, you racist fucking cunt. You chose to live in a boat town far away from black people because you're fucking racist. God, I hate these people. I mean, they're all like it. I mean, most people are saying good things. Better late than never. This is a great message. I will be dining here. Wow. I'm extremely proud to call you my boss. Unbelievable. Jesus. I mean, I can't believe this. Unbelievable. I mean, I cannot believe that this is fucking happening right now. This is so insane. So insane. I wasn't even going to go talk about that. I hope North Shore is right that none of these people are going to die in there. I sincerely hope not. I honestly was like, I'll go visit them. I'll check that place out. Fuck that. Not now. I wish him nothing but the worst. Nothing. It's like, but how, and like he wants a pat on the back. I mean, how does this make him good? What did he do that was good? It's not like you're even standing up for a black person. You're standing up for a spoiled white brat. How is that virtuous? What? The fuck. Anyway, do you guys have any questions or anything? Because I'm all mad now. Anyway, ask any questions. I'll answer them as best I can. Let me hit the refresh button real quick. 7 Pounder says, Bianca de la Garza, she's hot, must have an amazing pussy, okay, to get her boyfriend to embezzle millions of dollars to sink in her failing business ventures. I haven't read about that. Michelle says, I liked that version of Brett. She likes hi, Brett. Jesse, Suzanne's dog. So Suzanne's dog is now contributing. Says, for Uncle Turtle, who keeps my mommy engaged, energized, and laughing at times, I'm going to leave a 1-paw review. Thank you very much, dog. Can you get Dave Andelman on the show? Yeah, I mean, I'd like to. I have a feeling with that whole thing that he's still kind of running it behind the scenes, and that was just a big scam to shut up social justice warriors. But again, why do you keep giving them victories? Okay, Father's Day basket gift. Go to Diane Woods Emerson's Facebook page. She's doing auctions on there for Father's Day gifts. Proceeds go to Turtle Boy Fund. Did you listen to Shattuck? Totally wrong. Oh, I don't know what Shattuck was drinking this morning. If he's just high, like what's wrong with him? Why would he say that? Usually he's good. He sided against the cops with that. He's like, it was not a good shot. Any other questions? How many stepdads do you know, Jeff? Oh, sorry, Jeff. My bad. Every stepdad is named Jeff, by the way. Everyone. It's like the standard stepdad name. I can't believe this guy cowered like that. I mean, this is the new standard that if I go to a restaurant, the help is going to be listening in on my conversations, and then they might go and shame me on social media. Are you fucking kidding me? I don't know. Maybe I heard Wellington one time talking about, fucking diddling kids. Maybe I heard that conversation. Maybe I'll post about that. Maybe I'll post about that time I was listening in on Wellington's conversation. And he's like, ooh, that little boy looks good. He's almost 7, getting a little bit old, but still prime. Maybe I heard Wellington say that one time. Maybe I did. Maybe I'll write about it. I mean, this is the fucking world we're living in. You fucking kidding me? God. All right. Any other questions you guys have? So this guy messaged me. What the hell is his name? Lou Blow. This guy from the story yesterday. So this guy is, should we call him? Or should I save him for another episode? So I'm gonna say it's a live show. We review stories of the week. This guy was on. What's this you're sending me, Shannon? You sending me a message, Shannon? Please watch this and laugh as hard as me right now. Okay, I can watch it afterwards. But basically, that story out of Enfield I did yesterday, where those idiots live streamed themselves harassing the cops in the store. The owner said he'd come on the show. The owner of the store, the douchebag. But I feel like it's like, do I really want to get into this now, or should I save this for another episode? Call. Shannon says, watch it now. Okay, let me switch this. Is this good? Is this worth it, Shannon? Let's see. Where's the TikTok? Let's check this out.
Hi, I'm Officer Friendly. I have a warrant for your arrest. It says that you robbed a bank and stole a car and assaulted somebody. That's not that bad. I wouldn't worry about it too much, but if you want to come with me, that'd be great. If you don't, that's okay too.
I mean, that's basically it.
If you do come with me, I have this pink ribbon I can put around your arms behind your back, and I can make a bow even, if that helps. And if you do come with me, you can sit in the front seat and you can put your feet on my dash. So I've got some fruit snacks, and it can be really comfortable. Listen to the radio if you want. You know what? Never mind. Never mind. I don't want to get in trouble for harassing you. Bye.
I mean, basically, and it's like not entirely inaccurate. I'll say that much right now. All right. Should I call the guy real quick? But I feel like then I have to explain the whole story, and it's just going to take time, right? Should we just let's call him right now, and I'll say we'll give him like a thing, and I'll say, look, we're going to call more. I'll give him 2 days to prep. I'm calling him. Fuck it. This guy. Okay, he's not answering. So maybe we'll get him another time. He said he'd definitely come on though. So if you haven't read that blog, read up on that blog, do your homework, and we'll be able to get him on Thursday. I'm so mad. I cannot believe that idiot caved. Wellington. Oh, fucking Wellington. Jesus Christ. And it's bad enough you caved. It's the fact that they banned a guy. They are now banning you from restaurants if you have conversations in which you articulate conservative talking points. It's all that is. Like that, all the things that Dave Edelman, whatever, posted, none of that was inappropriate. Like none of it was racist. It was literally all conservative talking points. Like I agreed with everything he said. Millions of people who are not racist, who are not bad people, who obey the law, that do what they need to be told, they agree with the things that were said in there. You're not even allowed to do that anymore. You're not allowed to agree with these things. They will kick you you'll be banned from restaurants. Unbelievable. I hope that guy I hope that guy goes after them. All right. Any other questions, guys, before we call it a night? We got another dono here from Joanna. No comment, but thank you, Joanne. I appreciate that. Call Altman. Who's Altman? All right. Anything else, guys, before we call it a night? Turtle Boy Barbecue, hopefully soon. We'll get on that. This summer we'll do something for sure. Jen Altman is Amanda. No, Jen Altman's a turtle rider. I don't think I've ever seen her on a live show before. But she's a huge defender. I know she's not everyone's cup of tea, but Jen Altman is like a huge defender of Turtle Boy. During the whole Bristol Blarney thing, like she was one of the top 5 on the front lines, putting herself out there. She went at it with people, and it was great. But that's not the only thing I like about her. She also is a raging liberal who likes Turtle Boy, and I appreciate that, because if I'm not a liberal at all, I'm a conservative, and if you are a liberal and you can stomach me and the content put out by Turtle Boy, that's cool. I think I respect that. That's very cool, because you see the bigger overall picture of what I'm trying to do here, which is not really push politics. It's like to just expose shitty people, and we're all down for that. And that's cool. Like you're not offended by foul language or the stupid other things that he's mean. If you're that kind of liberal, I don't like it. If you're one of the people who's mean, you hate speech. I wouldn't like that. That hurts my feelings. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. This is not. Go read the Huffington Post. But if you are somebody like her who comes on here and you just want to battle with people, right? And you don't back down. Like, I don't mind that at all. I understand that she's gotten in things with other turtle riders. I've seen that before. Like, I mean, probably half of you out there right now have gotten in a fight in the last month with Jen Altman. I'm willing to bet. And I watch it all happen, and I don't jump in because I don't jump in between drama between turtle riders. I have to stay above it all. But I see it, and I'm not taking any sides, but I appreciate everybody who comes here. You know, I'm a Ricky Gervais kind of liberal. Those are my kind of liberals. Yes, that's correct. He's my favorite. Yeah, like apparently Leah doesn't like her. A lot of people have had personal beefs with her. I know Melissa. I haven't seen Melissa on here in a long time. Melissa St. Pierre. Where's she been? Her and Jennifer used to go at it. Big time. Okay, anything else? Give you a minute, and then we're calling it a night. Crickets. I used to do drugs, still do. But I used to too. Okay, that's a good one. I'm going to New Hampshire in like less than 3 weeks. It's going to be freaking awesome. Can't wait to get away. Lake Winnipesaukee, first time. Never been there. Never been there before. All right, guys. So if we don't have any more questions, then we will call it a night. We'll see you on Thursday for the next episode of Turtle Boy Live. Peace, Turtle Riders.